Hey folks, this is Todd Wahl with FPVLive.tv. I got a good friend here, Alex Rodriguez with Urban Drones, better known as
Alex Edit.
Alex Edit, yeah. So wonderful YouTube channel. I love it, dude. I love your antics. I love the way you travel around all over the place. Anything and everything drones. This dude is behind the scenes somewhere, you know, going around interviewing everybody. This dude knows everybody, I think, right? Is that correct? Do you know everybody?
I don't know if everybody, but you know, I get around.
In the industry, though, you're well known. I mean, so how long have you been doing the vlogs, right?
About a year and a few months. It was out of, I wasn't doing it for anybody else. Before I quit my full-time job, I was a video producer, and I really loved that job. I still like it today. And so I did, you know, I was running my company for about 9 months, and I felt like
your company, Urban Drones, correct?
Urban Drones, yeah. So I felt like I was missing that. I was missing editing, shooting video.
You back in, eh?
And so I thought, I'll start a vlog. I don't, you know, I mean, it'd be cool if people watch.
For fun, not necessarily, hey, for money or for serious anything, right?
As a hobby, right? Because I like making videos and just editing and messing around with that stuff. And
more the passion play than the work grind, right?
Yeah. So Urban Drones became the actual job, and the vlog just became fun, right? And it turned, how do I say it? It actually became, I started enjoying editing more than even before when I was getting paid for it, because it was the first time in my career that I was doing it just for me. I wasn't doing it for anybody else. So if in the middle of a shot, for whatever reason, I thought of putting a shot of a frog eating breakfast, because for no reason whatsoever I felt like doing it, so I would do stuff like that.
Or a shot of a dog. This dude loves animals, man. I got to tell you, right? I love your shots of your dog. Yeah. Especially your little dog. Sit him in your lap when you're driving down the road. It's awesome.
Especially dogs. So it just, I don't know, people started liking it because I was putting it on YouTube, and I didn't think that anybody was ever going to like it, because that was editing for me. If you see the edits, it's kind of like super fast, super crazy, kind of the way my mind goes, like really fast. I probably have self-diagnosed ADD, and so I really...
Obviously, it's a good thing. You got a lot of fans out there, a lot of people that follow you, a lot of people that look forward to you, like perusing the venues and talking and catching up with people. It's good stuff. I mean, it really is. I mean, I've heard a lot of feedback in that relation. So, so the main thing is really kind of shifting away from being a serious career in editing and producing. Your shift to Urban Drones and that passion type of position, you decided to kind of use a creative outlet for YouTube. Is YouTube the only place that you broadcast to?
Yeah, only YouTube. But I use Facebook, and I use other, like Instagram, right? Facebook Live, and I post on Facebook when, like, the things that don't make the vlog. What's happening?
Oh, looky here. Okay, we got Daniel Gonell.
Yeah, they're super curious to know how long does it take you to film, edit, produce your videos?
I just film. I don't even know what I'm filming. I see something, I shoot it, and then I block like 3 hours to 4 hours. This event is probably going to be like 4 hours, because I'm going to have so much footage, and I overshoot. I just shoot everything. I never know what kind of video I'm going to have. Yeah, right. Because, again, I'm just having fun. I'm not trying to edit for anybody. I'm trying to edit for me.
So you don't go into it with like a production schedule, right? I mean, you're just thinking, hey, that looks cool. Let me capture that. I'll use that for later or whatever. And then the flow comes to you when you get to the editing table, yeah?
As you can see, most of my shots are crap. I mean, I just grab the camera and press record. You know?
So what, out of the number of shots, what percentage makes it to the actual footage? 2%, really?
No,
See? I mean, okay.
Probably like, I don't know, like 10%, 15, 20%.
A lot of time and effort and experience in editing goes into that. And so, hey, you know, those beautiful footage shots that he gets all the time, if you boil it down to 10%, just imagine how much footage you have to go through. So are you like on the fast forward button the whole time to kind of view it, or do you listen to it longhand?
I rarely listen to a lot of. If I do an interview, I listen to most of it. I already know what the guy said because I did the interview, and I just kind of grab it. Okay, that sounded good. I just grab it, put it in the timeline next. I don't overthink it. Sometimes if I catch myself overthinking it, I just stop and put like a shot of something else or some sort of sound effect to kind of break the pattern in my head. And what the videos, I think that my videos reflect the way that I think. Yeah. Really fast. I don't overthink it. I do not plan anything ever at all. I just shoot, throw things together, and just export.
So this is a look into his brain, right? That's basically what it boils down to. Look into his brain. So tell us about urban drones. What's going on with the urban drone?
Well, the splash drone, that was our main product. This is a completely different. Nobody here is ever going to fly a splash drone. It's a completely different market. Yeah. But we're in the middle of developing version 2. We just started probably like 3 months ago. We started getting into racing stuff. Yep. I'm thinking about something. I've talked to several people. Something that I think that the market needs. Yep. Especially now in the winter. Yep. And you'll hear about it when I'm ready to say something about it.
Oh, cool. Any ETA are you thinking?
No idea.
No idea.
No idea.
Okay.
It's just a plan.
All right.
I have to go to China, the same thing that I did last year or the year before. I have to go to China, talk to suppliers. I have a couple prototypes. Several prototypes failed. Just horrible failure.
That's the way it works, though, right? With developing on products, that's the way it works. So you got 10 failures for every good one, or 100 failures for every good one. Yeah,
pretty much. A bunch of failures, a bunch of just rookie mistakes, like not, heat shrinking an ESC just for speed and burning it. Yeah. Like stupid things like that also happen. But
no shortcuts to getting a successful product, though. Then that what it boils down to.
I don't think so. Yeah. I think that if you try to shortcut it, it's going to show.
Yeah, I got you. Gotcha. Cool. Well, good deal. So you're one of the committee members, and been on many calls with you actually in regards to the Sebring drone race. You were the first guy that really kind of came out here with Michael Den Hartog. Is that correct? Yeah. Who is the chairman of the Drone Zone, right?
Correct.
Gotcha. And so I remember watching that video where you were saying, "Hey, this is the airport where a drone race is going to happen," and then you, of course, you reached out to MultiGP, got MultiGP involved, which got Joe Scully involved, which got even Jesse P with Tiny Whoop. Yeah, no, it's FPVLive.tv. So what do you think about the progression? It's been a couple months in the making. I mean, without a doubt.
I can't believe that from the time that I met Michael, I actually met him in Vegas at a show. From the time.
Which show was it?
It was Interdrone.
Okay.
Was that like September, around September? Yeah. Mm-hmm. So from the time that I met him, he just came to me and said, "Hey, look, I've seen your videos. I like what you do. I've heard a lot of good things." Somebody referred him to me, so he came to me for advice, and I said, "Look, I've seen a bunch of these races. I traveled to a bunch of different places, and I've seen where they go wrong. And I think that the ones that should be running the race is MultiGP, because I mean, every time MultiGP is involved, the pilots are happy, and the spectators are happy, and everybody wins, right?" And then they said, "Well, we want to broadcast it live." I thought a lot of people are trying to do it, but you guys have the most experience. Absolutely. I've seen you guys from struggles to success.
We've been on every road, I promise you. Highs and lows. So.
And I've seen you guys progress. Excuse me. I've seen you guys progress, so I thought, why try to reinvent the wheel, try to get somebody that doesn't know what they're doing? Maybe they know video production, but they don't know this type of production. This is very, very technical. You're dealing with a bunch of different frequencies. So I told them to call you guys, and then, somebody should be running the show. Somebody should be the face, the voice. Joe
Scully. I mean, you can't. There's nobody on this earth that's run more drone races at a high value production than Joe Scully. I mean, you got to give him that, right? And he's a character too, right?
Yeah. And then from there, Michael just took it and ran. I didn't really do anything, but I was on the calls. I was, he would ask me a question here and there, and I just tell him, "Oh, look, talk to these guys, talk to those guys." and he put everything together. It's amazing. Yeah.
I'm personally excited about being involved because of the precedent that's set. AMA, FAA, MultiGP, Sebring Airport Authority, first ever open air drone race at an air expo and an air show. Really, is what it is. So
that's, I think the big deal. Yeah. I mean, here we have the FAA walking around, and we are at an airport. We're not close to an airport. We're at the airport. I mean, if I walk that way for 30 seconds, a plane is going to hit me because we are.
Runway is right there, live runway.
Right there. So, and today there's an aviation expo, so there's a bunch of activity happening. And the fact that this is happening, I think it's a dream come true, at least for me. Yeah. I mean,
it is a huge leap for drone operators out there, both for the hobby, the sport, and the commercial. I'm telling you right now. So, absolutely. So, one thing I was mentioning earlier is the FAA absolutely wants to partner with this to ensure that safe and responsible, but to set a precedent for something like this moving forward. Other, not just air expos, but air shows in general. We need to have the marriage between general aviation and drone pilots. I mean, everybody shares the same passion, honestly, and there's a common chord there.
Yeah, I mean, I've been passionate about aviation since I think the first thought that I ever had as a human being was something regarding air.
Jump off the roof with a cape and you can fly.
so and then drones. I love this stuff. And I mean, those two things coming together. I mean, it doesn't get better than that.
So while we're still waiting for the race, they're doing quad retrieval and stuff right now, and so no action's going on right now. So you're not missing out on anything. So stick with us here. But I want to talk to you about the drones in general, how you use them. I know you use the Mavic Pro. Yeah. So yeah, I saw that video. Actually, you want to tell us a little bit about it?
I took vacation. I went to this super remote place. Yeah. There's like no one there but us. And I was flying the Mavic. It was I just let it hover, and I was jumping off the boat and hanging out. And the Mavic just kept drifting, but I didn't know that it was drifting. Yeah. It ended up on a tree, and we got it back. But the tree, that branch was right over water. And every so often, the wind would come and move the branch, and you'd see the Mavic like, drop. But we got it back.
Did you really? Okay.
We got it back.
It's a little dramatic. I did see the video where it drops in your hands. Perfect catch. Good deal. So let's talk about that, because I think we discussed it on the phone at one point. Was you were thinking that maybe the water reflection might have offset it a little bit, or you think it was wind, or what?
This is my theory. So when the Mavic is hovering at low altitude, it doesn't only use GPS to stay in one position. It also uses
the camera. We're cutting to the race, so let's cut to Joe Scully, and we'll come back and finish the thought. So hang on, please. All right,
go to that.
Good.
Go to, that's more important.
Yeah. Here we go, guys. Hey, we're back live with FPVLive.tv, the Sebring Airport Authority's Sebring U.S. Sport Aviation Expo 2017. And we're in the drone zone, right, with Alex Edit of Urban Drones, or should I say Alex Rodriguez? That's your real name, right?
Yeah,
so, okay. Yep. So we want to pick back up on that story about the Mavic and kind of why it maybe drifted, because we talked about maybe there's a theory in regards to that.
It's a theory, and I'm going to say what I think, and hopefully somebody in the audience can correct me, and because I want to find out more. I haven't gone back to reading the reasons, but what I think happens is that it has two cameras on the bottom, and that's a vision navigation. And so I think what it does is that it takes an image of the ground to stay on that image. But it was flying over water, and the water moves.
Shifting waters, makes the position look different.
Right. So it was actually doing its job, but it was following that pattern. And what ended up happening is that it flew behind a branch. It's such a smart drone that it didn't hit the branch. Yeah. When I grabbed the remote,
so the collision avoidance kicked in and said, "Hey, don't go any further."
Right. It just kind of got behind the branch, and it was just staying there. And my remote was like, beep! It was beeping, and I'm looking at it like, all right, I know I cannot go forward. Should I go back? I think that's it. I think we're going back.
We might be queuing up. Yep. Working things out. So let's cut back. Go ahead.
Okay. So I didn't know what to do. I said, all right, I only have three options: left, right, or back. Yeah. I went back. I hit a branch. There was another branch behind me. And I'm like, okay, it didn't crash. And then I went to the right, and I hit another branch. And then I tried to back out, and that's when I got stuck on that original branch that was in front of it. And then, you know, the rest of the story. I went and got it.
At least the tree did you a favor of holding it for you, right?
Yeah, that was when that happened. I thought, oh man, I lost my Mavic. I can't believe it. Yeah.
I actually crashed my Mavic. I turned it into sport mode.
Guy.
Yeah, I'm that guy. So I turned it into sport mode and was flying in the FPV mode. I don't know if you've flown it in that yet.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
So, but I was
45, 55 miles an hour.
Yep.
Today probably like 60 because it's windy.
Oh yeah. And so I got it up to over 60 miles an hour doing it. But I started to fly at close proximity like a racer, like a fool. And what happened was a ghost branch slapped me down onto the concrete. So
yeah, they seem to jump.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Trees out
of nowhere.
Right. Yeah,
so, yeah. But anyway. Hey, Alex, good seeing you, man.
Good
Stop
seeing
by tomorrow if you don't mind. We can talk again, okay?